Now, as the country enters day 7 of the national lockdown, consumers are opting to claim on their credit life policy for repayment relief rather than a payment holiday from their banks. To speak more on this, I'm joined by Liberty's Head of Financial Planning, Daphne Rampersad. Daphne, very good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining us. Let's get started with the understanding on the financial jargon that's been used. There's the credit life and credit insurance. What are the differences?
Yes, good morning. Good morning to Mpho and your listeners and your viewers, sorry. Yes, I think to put it into context, we first need to understand the different structures of credit insurance or credit life policies, as it's usually referred to, when it applies, how it applies, etc. So credit insurance is really when one takes out credit when purchasing a vehicle, a home, retail or furniture. In the finance agreement, it usually has an associated credit life policy contract. And that's there to basically protect not just the consumer in the event of death, disability, as well as unemployment, but as well as the credit, the institution offering the credit. In the event that the client or the consumer cannot pay their premiums on that loan, they need to ensure that they're covered for that. So there are two types of structures when it comes to credit insurance. The main one being it can be a long-term insurance product where in the event of death or disability, that's when the claimant can actually pay a lump sum to the creditor to fulfill the debt payment. The other is more of a hybrid structure. And this is the one that's applicable during this very difficult time of COVID, where in the event of someone becoming unemployed or they're permanently employed, but the employer is unable to pay them during the next few months. And the third is if they travel, for example, or if they are, they're taking unpaid or unplanned leave because of this COVID virus.
Now, as you speak about the hybrid structure, we're seeing more and more banks coming forward to offer customers a payment holiday. In terms of really just getting a sense of which option is the most viable and one that makes a lot more sense, what would you advise there?
Okay, so we obviously at this time, the whole intention objective is to place less burden on the consumer. So if a consumer does have a credit policy or a credit life insurance on their financing agreement, they should firstly look at the terms and conditions of that agreement, because not all credit life policies are sold equally. In fact, as of August 2017, it was actually mandatory to include a credit life insurance on any financing agreement. However, you didn't necessarily have to do it with that institution. You had to prove you had some sort of other policy. And so if you do have the policy, please look at the terms and conditions, because in the terms and conditions, it actually highlights, are you entitled to 3, 6, 9, 12 months of premium holiday where your premiums are paid on your behalf by the institution, or if you even qualify for a short-term hybrid product, because your policy may just include death, disability, or dread disease.
And why is it so important to scrutinize these details at this very crucial time?
Purely because it is a massive benefit. So if, let's say you do have a hybrid structure that does cater for the payment of unplanned leave or unemployment, or the fact that you not be paid in the next few months because of COVID, then you actually can draw on that policy to pay your premiums. And it is a much easier and cheaper option than actually taking a premium holiday from the bank. Purely because if you choose to take a premium holiday from the bank, remember you need to understand, even though the banks are trying to assist consumers, with that premium holiday, what it effectively does is that it refinances those premium holidays and adds it back to the capital. And for the average consumer, that could take an additional 3 to 4 years to pay off that home loan or vehicle loan, as an example.